Amazing. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Breakthrough to Success in 2026 a masterclass and workshop hosted by me today, Gnarly K. Happy 2026, everyone. I'm so excited for today and honored for you being with me. So, to set the container, let's go ahead and do a quick little meditation, get grounded, get present. I know it's maybe nighttime for some of you, morning time, and I will let some people in as well. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. Hello, Caroline. We're doing a grounded meditation. Just hop right in. Go ahead and close your eyes and give me a tall spine and give me three deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyelids. Release any tension in your jaw, behind your ears, and just feel your chair or bed supporting you. Now, I want you to imagine that you have roots growing from the bottom of your feet down into Mother Earth, grounding you, centering you, anchoring you into this present moment. You're exactly where you need to be. Nothing else matters. This is self-love time. This is time for you. And when you feel ready and when you feel complete, slowly open your eyes and come back into the room, back into a wakeful moment. Welcome back. All right. Hope you're feeling grounded and ready before we lift off this spaceship. And welcome everyone. Again, the Breakthrough to Success Masterclass. So house rules, I like to do everything in a two-way street. If I talk too fast, if you have any questions as I give you the presentation today, please just ask me, raise your hand or unmute yourself really quickly or drop it in the chat. Be present. This information absolutely changed my life and it is my joy to share it with the world. Be present. It will change your life and your perspective. Respect who's speaking. It's a safe space as always. We respect each other's privacy and emotions. And if you need to leave, just leave quietly. You don't need to announce anything or put it in the chat. Okay? All righty, so let's get going. I'm going to close this just so for the replay people. If you're watching the replay, again, just let me know what lands, okay? So drop a number in the chat, engage with me right off the bat. Drop a number in the chat if you resonate with any of this, okay? Drop a one in the chat if you know you're meant for more money, more success, but you still aren't hitting your monthly or annual desired income goals. Drop a one in the chat. Save space, okay? Drop a two in the chat, and it's okay if more applies to you. All of this used to apply with me. Drop a two in the chat if you've done the personal development work. This is not your first rodeo or masterclass. You read the books, you did the podcast, but you haven't seen any lasting or dramatic real changes in your life. Okay, drop a two in the chat. And it's okay if you drop multiple, save space. Drop a three in the chat if you know exactly what you should be doing in your business. You know what you should be doing online or every day, but you still don't do it consistently. The posting, the selling, the prospecting, the showing up, and you find that many hours seemingly go missing in your days and weeks. They just seem to disappear, and you swear you should have got that thing done, but it's not happening. Drop a three in the chat. Drop a four in the chat if you find yourself experiencing imposter syndrome or a mean inner critic or self-doubt that makes you wonder if you're good enough, ready enough, qualified enough, despite your impressive resume, your passion, your knowledge, your accolades, maybe even certifications or your master's. Drop a four in the chat. Okay. And drop a five in the chat if you have a big vision for your life, you want to take care of your family, you want to do good in the world, but sometimes that reality and version of you seems so fucking far away. Drop a five in the chat. Okay. Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right? Amazing. Thank you for your honesty. And I'm the kind of person, by the way, I do swear sometimes. If you don't like that, I can't apologize because I will swear. So hopefully there's no kids around. And I'm a straight shooter. So thank you for your honesty. Okay. So if you put more than one finger down or dropped more than one number in the chat, you are already experiencing the power of your subconscious mind and identity. You're already experiencing how powerful your subconscious mind identity is in your every single day life. Okay. And today we will be exploring you, what this means for you and what it's costing you and what it means for your future. So today's agenda, we're going to do a little bit of an audience intro. We're going to do my story. We're going to talk about identity work. We're going to talk about your mindset, your subconscious mind, and your success. I'm going to tell you the three major blocks you need to overcome to really have that breakthrough phenomenal 2026. We're going to talk about mind rewiring, and then I'm going to have an invitation to your next step. Okay. So I am going to serve the absolute shit out of you today. I'm going to give you my entire heart. I'm going to give you all the things that I know, and then I'm going to invite you into my world. Okay? Can I get a yes girl in the chat if that feels good? Everyone down for that before we lift off? Drop a one or a yes girl. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome, awesome. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. And welcome, Nicole. Okay? Just starting. Okay? So my goal today is to help you break through into your most unstoppable, confident, and wealthiest self without years of therapy, endless affirmations or podcast, waiting for divine timing, or letting the economy, Mercury retrograde, or algorithm slow you down. Okay? You're going to know exactly what's your unconscious block that's stopping your next level of success, growth, income, and confidence. I'm going to take the guesswork out of personal development. You're never going to see things the same after today. Okay? You're going to have a clear path and an invitation forward to become the best version of you this year. The version of you who doesn't overthink, who doesn't resonate with any of those numbers before, and who creates her dream life and business on purpose. Mercury retrograde. Yeah. Nothing's going to stop you. Okay. So, what is a breakthrough? I'm in the business of breakthroughs. Okay. I'm in the business of breakthroughs. This is what I do for a living. I'm in the business of transformation. Okay. A breakthrough is when you have that deep inner change. Okay. We all know what a breakdown is, right? Ever have a breakdown? Been there. Yeah. Okay. We know what a breakdown is. A breakthrough is in the positive sense. Okay. It's that deep inner change where the old way of thinking, reacting, showing up no longer fits. You can't go back to who you used to be. Okay. A breakthrough starts with a clear decision to stop playing small and start showing up and leading and choosing as the version of you you want to become. It's that line in the sand moment where you know enough is enough. You're tired of your shit. You know you're meant for more, and it's time to break through. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So drop a number in the chat. What area of your life do you want to have a breakthrough in 2026? Drop a one if it's in your personal life. Drop a two, it's in your professional life. A three in your financial, four in your health, and five in your relationships. And it's okay if it's all of it. You can even just write all or, one, two, or three, two, or whatever it is. Okay. Three, four, and five, two and three, financial, two for professional, two and three, two, three, all. Boom, boom, boom. I love it. I love it. Okay, the right women are in the room. One, two, and three, two. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing. I love that. Okay, so let's make sure that breakthrough happens this year. Okay. So who am I? My name is Gnarly K. Okay, I am a transformational mindset and business coach and master hypnotherapist. I am a subconscious reprogramming expert, educator, and speaker. I am certified in NLP, EFT, time technique practitioner, all the things, all the things. Okay, I'm in the business of helping people transform their lives and rewire their mindset and overcome the blocks that keep them stuck and out of living their full potential, their full purpose, and in their full power. Okay. I'm very passionate about this work because I struggled immensely with my mindset and my own breakthroughs, my own transformation. Okay. I'm also the creator of the Dream Method and the Dream Academy. I've been so fortunate to have worked with over 500 clients worldwide. I've dedicated the last 8 years of my life to this work because I believe in it so much. Okay. I'm a first generation Canadian. I'm born and raised in Toronto, Canada. My family are immigrants from Ghana, West Africa, and I am obsessed with psychology, neuroscience, spirituality, manifestation, and transformation. This is my shit. Okay. So I did not wake up out of and come out of the womb like confident and, empowered and all that shit. I had a really, really horrible childhood. We did a lot of therapy about my childhood. My father was in and out of jail till I was 18, and that meant a lot of moving around, a lot of instability. And like I said, he was in and out of jail. So when he was home, there was a lot of abuse, a lot of fighting, a lot of trauma. And there was moments where my family would send me and my sister away to live with other relatives, and there was sexual abuse. And I really struggled as a child. I was an extremely shy child, an extreme introvert. People just called me Emma's sister. I didn't even have a name. I was just Emma's sister. And I never felt loved or seen as a child. Okay. And then as a teenager, I struggled with depression and anxiety disorder, started smoking cigarettes and having sex by age 14, and went down a really horrible path. And I remember my first boyfriend in high school cheated on me, and that really fucked up my self-worth even more. Okay. And I spiraled and got into more drugs, more sex, more destructive behavior. And then I started a modeling career thinking, hey, I can just start this modeling career and kind of put this pretty mask on and everything would be fine. But I was still suffering behind the scenes. And I always had dreams. I was always a creative person. I loved to draw, I loved to sing, I loved to act and stuff like that. And I wanted to become a blogger and a YouTuber. And that was my passion. I wanted to break into that. And I would hire mentors and stuff, but I was still sabotaging my life. So I had this modeling career. I was working a 9 to 5. I graduated school and all the things, but I was still struggling to break through and actually actualize my career. Okay. When I was 23 years old, a 5-year relationship came to an end, and it was extremely painful. And I was drinking a lot. And I remember just being on my mom's couch because I left that apartment we were living in. And my best friend at the time, her sister was a makeup artist on a cruise ship. And she posted that the cruise ship was looking for new recruits. And I was like, oh, this is my ticket out of this hellhole. And I didn't want to spend the rest of my summer crying on my mom's couch. So I applied for the cruise ship. I got the job and I ran away. I took that job and I ran away. I thought I could take all of my trauma, all of my mindset blocks, and just stuff it under my bed and come back to it. But of course, wherever you are, there you go. And all of my mindset blocks and all of my self-worth issues followed me onto that cruise ship. And I was struggling. And I remember crying out to God. And I was like, God, please just take this fucking pain away. My relationships don't work. I'm constantly broke. I'm unfulfilled. I got this bachelor's of arts, whatever, but it's not doing shit for me. And I was miserable on that cruise ship. And as I was crying out to God, he said, love yourself. I heard it clear as day. I don't know if you ever heard from God before, but it's a kind of like a little ding. And I'm like, no shit, Sherlock, love yourself, you know? Thanks for the tip. And in that moment, I realized I did not love myself. And that's where my journey began. At 23 years old, my first spiritual awakening, and I realized I had to go within. I spent the next 6 months having a virtual therapist, reading books, learning about why women like us don't break through, why we have confidence, visibility, success, money blocks. What is this about? Okay. After the cruise ship, I felt pretty confident. I felt really good. I was doing a lot of inner work, and I decided to move to Australia. I love traveling so much. I've been to 30 countries. I love traveling. I moved to Australia and I was still smoking cigarettes. And my friend at the time was like, hey, have you ever tried a hypnotherapist? My sister quit smoking through hypnotherapy. And I was like, sure, why not? So I'm in Australia. The hypnotherapist is in the UK. I book a 1 hour or 2 hour session. And in that session, she helped me release my cigarette addiction. A 10-year cigarette addiction gone in 2 hours. And as someone who was looking desperately for a breakthrough, to have that experience, I was like, well, what the fuck else can it do for my mental health, for my money, for my confidence, for my anxiety? And that's where everything really began. The cruise ship, Australia, quitting smoking. I got certified. I got certified a year later, the start of COVID. I started my business. But it's one thing to get certified, it's another thing to monetize and actually be successful. It doesn't matter the accolades you have. So that brought me to, 2 years into my business. I was doing okay, maybe 2K months, 5K months, 0, 0, 0, 0 months. It was up and down. I still couldn't fully break through. I still had success blocks, even though I was certified. Can you relate to that? You're still having blocks, even though you know you've been in the game for a while, you know you're passionate, you know your shit, you know you're meant to help people. I was struggling with money blocks, visibility blocks, imposter syndrome, and self-worth blocks. Yes, please engage with me in the chat. Absolutely. Okay. It wasn't until I finally did the inner work and went all in and used even more of the tools that I'm going to share with you today that helped me release my blocks and break through and have my Phoenix moment. Okay. So, using subconscious reprogramming, using the work I'm going to talk to you today about, I have successfully created my dream life. I do 30K months on repeat. It's not just a one-time thing. I crossed six figures in 9 months. I've lived in, not lived, sorry, I've been to 30 countries. I live a freedom lifestyle. I can live in any country and just up and move. I'm location independent. I run a six-figure soul-aligned business and personal brand. I don't have to be anybody else to create the success that I have. I'm authentic in everything that I do. I have soulmate clients who rave about my work all around the world. I was nominated for a mentorship category in a coach award ceremony in Toronto. I'm proud of my international modeling career. I definitely manifested that. I was represented by four agencies, even though it's not my bread and butter. I'm still very proud of that. And brands and businesses hire me to do speaking gigs, right? And using this work, I've created the life of my dreams. I have impact. I'm abundant. I love myself, and I get to wake up every day knowing that I'm in my purpose. Okay. Using the tools here that I'm going to talk to you about today and the mindset shifts. Okay. But I am human. I am absolutely human. My journey was not a straight line. There were many starts and stops and breakdowns. 3 years ago, I found myself at my absolute lowest point in my life. Okay. I was leaving a toxic, narcissistic, abusive relationship. And I didn't even know how bad that relationship was till I left it. I don't know if anyone's ever been there before, but it's not something I'd wish on my worst enemy. Okay. I remember taking that picture because the life was sucked out of my eyes. There was no light and I was down bad. I actually closed my business for 3 months to do more healing, more transformation, more aggressive reprogramming and identity work to shift and transform into the woman I am today. I left that relationship and rebuilt my life in the last 2 years, crossed six figures, went all in on myself and did the work. I had to change. Okay. So I'm just like you guys. I've had stops, I've had starts, I've had breakdowns, and I've had breakthroughs. I want to be completely transparent about that. In the last 3 years, I've been on a high. I've been on a roll. I've been completely in my purpose and crushing it, to be frank. Okay. Thanks to God and the work that I've done. Okay. So today I spend my time rewiring women, helping women have their own breakthroughs and get what they want in life. Okay. So over the 7 years I've been doing this, these are some pictures of my beautiful clients. The question became, why do successful, capable, certified, ambitious women stop themselves? What is it? What stops us? Okay. So what have you tried in the past to create your own breakthrough? What have you tried in the past? Maybe you've done podcasts, affirmations, subliminals, breath work, reading books. Tell me in the comments, what have you tried in the past? Maybe you hired coaches before. Let me know in the chat. No worries. I'll see you inside the program, Nina. No worries. What have you tried in the chat, guys? Have you tried personal development work before? Had coaches? Let me know. All. Okay. Amazing. I've tried it all. Podcast, books, breathwork events, therapy, podcast, therapist, mindset course. Yeah. I have been with you to start. It helped a lot in 2020. Yes. Oh, hey, Caroline. Yes, past client. Hello, lovely. And congratulations on the baby boy. Affirmations, subliminals, coaches, waiting for the right time. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Been there, been there. Okay. Thank you. You're most welcome. Of course. Okay. Yeah. And we've all been there. We've all done the work. We've all tried to move forward, but sometimes it just doesn't feel like it's happening fast enough, right? Because the truth is, guys, it's not about doing more. It's about shifting at a subconscious level. And once you shift at the subconscious level, money, success, taking action, selling, feeling confident becomes effortless. I'm going to make that clear as day for you today. Okay. So fundamentally, the personal development industry is broken. It is $1 trillion broken industry. Okay. 90% of New Year's resolutions fail after 1 month. 90%. Okay. 90%. Even though there's a 10 billion podcasts, 10 billion books. Yeah. So why is that? Okay. The reason why your reality, your business, or your results hasn't dramatically changed or improved is because of this. Because you weren't set up to win. You don't have the unfair advantage. Okay. So the book Think and Grow Rich. Over 15 million copies sold worldwide. Over 15 million copies. Do you think all of those over 15 million people read that book and became rich and grew rich? Hell to the no. No is the answer. Absolutely not. Right? Why is that? What the fuck is that about? Why is this person, Napoleon Hill, making billions of dollars from this book and no one's actually shifting? Okay. And this is the reason why. Okay. What happens for a lot of us, and was happening for me too, we are consuming content, we are consuming the affirmations, the books, the podcast, but our subconscious identity, our frame is the same. Okay. We are putting new water into an old bottle. New water, new affirmations, but the bottle, the context, the identity, the subconscious program is still the same. Okay. You have to shift the frame and then the content will work. Because the truth is, every strategy works. Every strategy works. Post 100 reels, post on threads. It doesn't matter. It's the identity and the subconscious program behind it that makes it click. Okay. So this is why this industry is broken. This is why a lot of your goals haven't been met or your income goals. You can consciously know the things, but your identity at a subconscious level hasn't shifted. So we're going to talk about that even more. So this is what happens, and this is what happens for a lot of my clients, right? You start the new Instagram page, but it's the same identity, it's the same frame. You get in the new relationship, same identity. You go to the new country, same mindset blocks and issues. You buy the new mindset journal, you buy the new journal, the new workout set or whatever it is, same identity, same you, right? New day, same mindset, same blocks, and it becomes a hell loop over and over again. You're like, what the hell? Wasn't I supposed to do this? I knew I was meant for more. I know I'm meant for more, but you're not actualizing it. So the truth is, if you have a big dream, you need the new identity. You need to shift your subconscious frame to actualize it. Okay. Otherwise, you can just take the long way and keep trying and trying and trying and stopping and starting, but it won't be as efficient or as fast or lasting because who you are at the core, at the identity level, has not shifted. Is that landing, guys? Put a landing in the chat if it's landing. Let me know. Let me know. Can you explain this even further? Landing, landing. Okay, awesome. Okay. Does anyone need me to explain this even further? Landing. Beautiful. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of coaches will never tell you this. A lot of people will never understand this or even hear this information because it's kept from you. Okay. That's how the industry works. You can get the fluffy surface level shit, or this, you can just learn the truth. This is the truth. You can take all the content, watch all the podcasts, even, you save the reels, save the things. It doesn't matter. It's the same identity every day. Okay. So let's get into some identity work for you. Okay. We're going to explore identity work and what that means for you. Okay. So we live in an identity-based universe. Okay. Everyone affirm under your breath or out loud, my identity is my destiny. My identity is my destiny. My identity is my destiny. Okay. Catholics go to the Mass. Jews go to the synagogues. Atheists do neither. Rich people earn and invest money. Poor people don't. We do our identities. We act out who we believe we are at a subconscious level. When I was a cigarette smoker, I did what? I smoked. I'm a non-smoker now because my identity has shifted, so I don't smoke. I haven't had a cigarette in 9 years, right? We do and act in accordance to our subconscious identity, who we believe we are. And this all happens subconsciously. Consciously, you're on a Zoom call with me. Subconsciously, there's different things happening right now. Subconscious means out of your awareness. Okay. So what is identity work? Identity work is the process of changing how you see yourself so your actions, decisions, and results naturally change. Identity work answers one question: who are you being while you're trying to create this result? And the thing is, most women try to change their lives and their businesses at a behavioral level. They start the new Instagram page, they move to the new country, they get the new journal. That's behavioral. But identity work and real transformation happens at that subconscious level. Okay. So everything around you, the house you live in, your bank account right now, your following account, your relationships, how they've been going, it's reflecting your identity back to you. Your identity is not hiding from you. It's outpictured every day in your life, in your results. It's outpictured in what you do and what you do not do. Okay? And you cannot outperform your identities. That's why you can be so fucking ambitious, but you're still not making the money you want. You can know you should show your face online and sell your work, but you still don't because you can't outperform what's deeply ingrained in here until you shift it. Okay? This changed everything for me. This made my life so much easier. And I want you to start to forgive yourself for everything you haven't accomplished in your life because it's not your fault. You weren't aware that your subconscious identity is running the whole fucking thing. Okay? So all the things that you haven't accomplished all the years before, it's because your subconscious mind will literally pull you back to keep that homeostasis of who you've always been. Okay. So 5 minutes after you were born, you were given a name, a religion, a nationality, and a socioeconomic status, right? For me, my programmed identity was the shy girl. Narlee's a good girl. She's the shy one. Your parents probably said something about you. We're bad at math. We're bad at whatever. We're big boned. You get these programs from your parents very early on. That's not for us. These are identity things that we hold within us, right? And your identity essentially, it determines how easy or not easy money, success, relationships, all of that will be for you. We all have that friend that's consistently struggling with money or consistently struggling with men. That's her subconscious identity at play. It's not her fault, it's her programming. Okay. So the invisible is running the visible. The invisible runs the visible. Okay. Most people are trying to change their life with that 5% conscious part of their brain. Okay. You want to think of your conscious mind as that tip of the iceberg. The subconscious is that deeper 95% that's running your whole life. You are no different than this smartphone here. You are no different from this phone. There's nothing different between you and the phone. Okay. You have a face, you're external, you're what you can see on the outside, but inside you have things that are firing and wiring, your subconscious programs, your mindset, your identity, right? And you have these apps that are running. And some of these apps aren't serving you. And these apps, aka your beliefs, are running everything. Some of you don't even know what apps you have running. These apps could be, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Things never work out for me. I'm not enough. I'm inadequate. And you have these apps running in the back of your mind. They're conducting the whole thing, right? So yes, we see the iPhone on the outside, but the apps on the inside are what's really running the show. And it's time to delete some of those apps so you can operate better. You can function better. You can live better and faster and achieve more without these wonky apps and the beliefs slowing you down. Okay. So identity work even further. Okay. This is Princess Diaries, Anne Hathaway. Identity work isn't even so, yes, this obviously you can tell there's a transformation here. She went from the nerdy girl to the attractive girl, if you will, right? But on a deeper spiritual level, on a spiritual realm, okay, the universe can only give this identity certain things. The nerdy girl can only create a certain reality. Yes? She can only experience certain things because her identity is a match to a certain reality. But the attractive woman, and make this more spiritual and metaphorical here, okay? It doesn't matter what you look like. It's the identity running. Okay. I was a model. It doesn't matter what you look like. It's identity, right? The attractive woman, if you will, the new elevated identity woman, she can create a different reality. She experienced different things. We are manifesting our identities. We live in an identity-based universe. Okay. So the universe can only give you things you're a match to at an identity level. I used to be a broke coach. So I thought and had programs and apps and beliefs that created more broke coachness. Okay. Now I'm in a new identity. I'm in a six-figure coach identity. And the world responds to me differently. Is that landing? Put landing in the chat if that's landing. Okay. This is just a picture. It doesn't matter what you look like. It's more of the spiritual, energetic level. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Awesome, awesome. Okay. So again, as you can see here, The version of me that was working corporate as a receptionist, the version of me that was modeling and doing that, the version of me that left the toxic ex, that these are all identities here, right? I had to release these identities and these blocks to step into who I am now. I am living and breathing this identity shift work. Okay. And it's real. It's so, so real. And it's available for you as well. Okay. So the universal surveillance camera theory. Okay. So I made this theory up called the universal surveillance camera theory. I want to just anchor in the identity work even more. Okay. So I want you to imagine that every single day, every single hour of your life, there is a universal surveillance camera just watching you, just observing you. Okay. And it's watching what you do every single day because that universal surveillance camera is going to start to send you people, places, and things to reconfirm who you're being. We reconfirm our identities every single day. So if the universal surveillance camera sees you being an insecure, full of doubt, scattered entrepreneur or woman, it's not going to start sending you all these clients and opportunities because you're not being that person on the camera. Yeah? You're not being a match. This is the embodiment work. You're not embodied in that version of you, right? It's kind of like if you ever had a corporate job and you know your boss is coming around and all of a sudden you straighten up your back and you start typing and acting like you're. The universe is always watching who you're being, with or without people. Doesn't matter who's around, right? The universe will never override your current identity. If you're not being that person who believes in herself, who backs herself, who trusts herself, who puts herself out there, who sells her work, it can't give you things that's not a match to that. Okay? To further the fact that you are manifesting your identity. And maybe it's just not working for you right now. Okay? So, key here, big, big key. And always remember it because it will always be this way. It will always be this way till the day that we die. Identity first, reality follows. Everyone say, identity first, reality follows. Okay. And your results will also follow your identity. Identity first, reality, and your results follow. Okay. So the elephant in the room here is that your current identity is keeping your next level hostage. Your current belief system, your current energy, the frequency you're sending out, who you're being on that universal surveillance camera is keeping you hostage in your current reality. And it's not your fault. You don't know which programs are running. Maybe you are aware of the programs are running, but you haven't shifted that frame. Okay. So if you're not making the kind of money or progress you want in your life or career or relationships, it's because you're not that kind of person subconsciously. You're just not her. You're not that kind of bitch yet. 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 Okay. The version of me that was making 0 to 2 to 3K months as a coach versus the version of me that's making 30K months, it's a different person. It's the same gnarly, but it's a different belief system that's wiring. And I want to make something abundantly clear. I am no different than you. The only difference between you and I is the programming that's running my life right now and making me operate in a certain way that's giving me the confidence, the stamina, the precision, the motivation. That's the only difference. I'm just wired differently. That might sound kind of weird to say, but it's the truth. Okay. So I want you to grab a pen or paper or your phone if you can, and we're going to look at your identity. Okay. We need to discover your identity. I call this identity backpacks. Okay. Everyone is wearing an identity backpack. So I want you to imagine that you and I met for a coffee or for lunch, and I ask you, who are you? Who are you, Ellie? Who are you, Maddie? Who are you, Danielle? Caroline, Patricia? Who are you? What would you say? Write 7 things you would tell me about yourself. And this isn't some positive patty bullshit, okay? I need the true, raw, like, in terms of your career, success, business, and habits. What kind of woman are you? Are you an overthinker? That's an identity backpack. I'm an overthinker. I'm always anxious. That's an identity backpack. I suck with money. That's an identity backpack, right? These identity backpacks are who we believe we are, how we see ourselves, for better or for worse. And of course, you're wearing amazing backpacks. All of us have good backpacks on too, but this is also a transformational experience. So let's talk about the negative backpacks you have, yeah? the ones that are slowing you down. Okay. I did a workshop here in Chiang Mai yesterday and I wrote down some of the backpacks some of the women had. Some of the backpacks were nothing I do works. I'm not an expert yet. I'm a newbie. That's a backpack. Okay. I'm scattered. I don't connect well with others. If this woman wants to be an entrepreneur, but she's like, I don't connect well with others, how is that going to manifest in her life? I'm too old came up a lot. I'm too old. I'm too late. I'm too behind. So go ahead and write down 7 things. Give me 7 things. Okay. Who do you see yourself as when it comes to your business? What's happening? What's not happening? Focus on what's not happening. I'm scattered. I'm too new. I don't know enough. Okay. And again, this is you versus you. Only you see yourself 24 hours a day. I don't see what happens after we leave this chat today. So clock yourself. I got here in life because I clocked myself. The identity backpacks I was consistently wearing is I don't know enough. People don't like me. Right? I wore that backpack a lot. I was always afraid of judgment. I don't know enough. I'm not an expert yet. Who's gonna care? I'm not a big deal. There's other people doing it better than me, right? And these identity backpacks, they feel so emotionally true. They feel so, so fucking true because they're in your subconscious. Okay, I'll give you another minute. I want to respect your time today. Okay. So your identity backpacks will be revealed in your behavior and in your dialogue, what you say to other people, what you say to yourself. I'm not that kind of person. I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of girl. I struggle with men, sales, money. Things never go my way. I always fall off. I'm scattered. I'm anxious. I know this might feel like this is just who I am, but no, this is your programming. Okay. All of these things. Okay. Does anyone want to share? Maybe everyone can share one or two of their identity backpacks they're realizing so I can help you talk about that. Anyone want to share some of them? Don't hold back while you have me here, okay? What were some of the identity backpacks that came up for you? I find it hard to finish what I start. Great. I don't follow through. I'm not maybe consistent or I'm not someone who completes things, right? I'm not smart enough, not disciplined. Ooh, that's a major identity backpack, right? I'm not disciplined. So good at getting things done because not good at getting things done because I overthink. I'm an overthinker. I'm not the right person for the job. I'm not a leader. Ooh, I'm worried I'll mess it up. I'll do it wrong. I don't know my niche yet, so therefore I can't start. So I'm lost. I get overwhelmed. Beautiful awareness, guys. Beautiful, beautiful awareness. And I've been there and I've said all of those things to myself. And you know it's an identity backpack, by the way. This is how you know if it's an identity backpack versus an emotion. It's an identity backpack if you felt that way for more than a month. If you felt that way 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, you're carrying it subconsciously. I'm always anxious to start new things and getting to the step of life, especially big opportunities. Okay, so you back down. You're not the person. You're not the right person for the fit. I'm worried I'll mess it up. I do things wrong. I can fuck it up, right? I'm not smart enough. I'm not disciplined, right? So remember, all these backpacks that you have on, right? And again, there's no judgment here. Okay, this is programming. This is conditioning. This is our fears, right? Because you have these identity backpacks on, what is the universal surveillance camera seeing every day? Right? What is it seeing? If you get overwhelmed, it's not seeing you take action. So it can't send you people, places, and things to reconfirm that successful version of you. No, it's just seeing you anxious. So it's like, all right, well, she's not ready. I can't send her the blessings because she's not a match. I'm tired of working hard without seeing bigger financial results, right? So there might be a backpack where I have to work hard, but even if I work hard, it's still not going to manifest anything, right? Things don't work out for me. I'm disadvantaged some way. There's something blocking me, right? Lots there. Beautiful awareness. Okay. So I had lots of identity backpacks. I wasn't important. I'm not great with money. I'm clumsy. I got to be someone else to earn big. I was never enough. I'm not a big deal. I had an identity backpack that my audience doesn't like me. No one fucks with me. All these things. They touch every area of your life. And if you're wearing these backpacks and you're not being that person on the universal surveillance camera, and the reality, you can only manifest your identity anyway, right? So thank you guys for your honesty. It's not the business strategy, it's not the platform, it's not the content, it's not how long you've been in the field or how hard you work. It's the identity behind it that creates the success. Okay? It's the identity behind it that creates success. Every strategy works. Two women can go on a date with the same guy. Two different women go on the date with the same guy. Both women are going to experience a different reality and a different experience of that date with that guy because of their identity, right? They're going to create a different experience. Someone with the same kind of business you have, the same kind of brand you have, could start could start 1 year later and have more success because their identity is more aligned to the one that you've had for the last 10 years, even though you've been doing it longer. It doesn't matter, right? It's the programming, it's a mindset as well. Okay. So your circumstances aren't random. Where you are in life isn't random. It didn't fucking just randomly happen. It's happening or it's happened because of your identity backpacks. And it's the internal stories, the limiting beliefs, the insecurities that are holding you back from your next level. So inside your identity backpacks, there are limiting stories and beliefs and narratives and fears and doubts that they're like rocks inside the backpack that you're carrying that are making it even more heavier. So you have the identity of things never go my way, and then you have the story of I'm not good enough and I'm gonna fail and I get things wrong, and you're just carrying this heavy shit subconsciously all day long while you know consciously that you're meant for more, right? That's kind of the hell a lot of people are living in, right? And we're taught, okay, just read the affirmations, do the books, blah 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 blah. It's not working, right? Because these stories we tell ourselves, these limiting beliefs, they're active. They're costing us things. It's like a subscription. It's like a Netflix subscription that you pay every single month for this shit, for these identity backpacks, and they're costing you your progress, your confidence, your self-trust, your expansion, your opportunities, your growth, your purpose, your alignment, your wealth. It's expensive to keep in these identities and to keep these identity backpacks on. It is expensive. And it's draining you as well, your energy, right? So the epiphany moment, the aha that you're all having here is you can't out strategize a limited identity. You can't make 30K months or whatever K months with a 2K identity or a 3K identity. It's just not a match. You don't have the right mindset or identity subconsciously to do it, right? So when you shift your identity first, when you shift your mindset first, when you master that, everything else becomes easy. When you know who you are. Because right now you're living in alignment with those identity backpacks. You wake up with that heavy ass shit subconsciously in your backpack and you conduct yourself in accordance with it out of your awareness. And then you wonder what happens, why it's January 22nd or whatever, and you still haven't done those fucking goals you set in December, right? Or you're tiptoeing your way there, or you're lost and confused, right? I'm a straight shooter. I just tell it like it is because I wish someone just told me like it is. I would have saved myself so much fucking money years ago. I wish someone told me this years ago. Okay. That's why I'm just so blunt about it. Okay. It's not out of being a bitch or anything. It's just, I wish someone told me this shit. Okay. Amazing. Okay. So let's talk about my client, Danielle. Okay. My client Danielle, she's a wife and mother of two. She has a master's. When I met her, she was working as an HR manager. She's a career woman out in San Diego. But she found herself aiming low in her career. She found herself really insecure around the higher ups, and she was struggling with her self-worth and confidence in the corporate world. Okay. But once we rewired her identity and dissolved her limiting beliefs and shifted her backpacks, she landed a six-figure executive position with LinkedIn. It was the same resume, different identity. Exact same resume, different subconscious stories, identity, and embodiment. Nothing changed about her resume, nothing changed about her external look. It was how she saw herself here that made her aim higher and earn more. Okay. So there's a lot of sensationalism in the marketplace right now. There's lots of do this, do this. You go on Instagram, see lots of coaches. Okay. But I'm going to tell you something. The truth is, the reason why a lot of people keep their identity backpacks on and never really shift, never really do the work, never really, really commit and go fucking all in is because they're afraid of their power and their light. A lot of you here are afraid of your power and your light because when you are in your power and your light, your life will change. You might ruffle some feathers, you might make some waves, you might disrupt some people. Some people, your old friends might look at you differently. So it's easier to stay stuck. It's easier to be the victim and to play small and to coast and to play it safe and to distract yourself because you know that reality. You're comfortable there. But you and your full power and your full light will change your life. And it's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable truth. We can talk about mindset, talk about manifestation, but the truth is, until you're willing and ready to go into your power and step into it, nothing will truly shift. Yes, the subconscious work. Yes, the mindset work. But the power, your power and your light is where your destiny is really revealed to you and unlocked for you. So drop a one in the chat if you're ready to go all in on your power and your light and your destiny this year. If this is your breakthrough year, after everything I just told you, drop a one in the chat. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And not everyone's ready. Not everyone will step into their power and light in their lifetime. They'll just be too afraid to. I was deathly, I don't want to say deathly afraid, but I was really afraid of the fear of success for me was one of those that I had to really hack at because my fear of success came from, well, if I'm successful, people aren't going to like me and then I'm going to be alone. And if I'm alone, then I'm not going to be loved. And if I'm not going to be loved, then I'm going to die, right? Going all the way to the subconscious of it, right? So you probably have some sort of fear of success that's holding you back and causing you to procrastinate or do whatever else. But the truth is you're afraid of your power and your light. And it is only in your power and your light that you can truly see the success that you want. And I can attest to that. Okay. A lot of women that are attracted to me, I tell them they kind of like the way I see them is like they're like they're like tigers, but they're pretending to be little cats. That's the kind of women that are attracted to me. They know they're fucking powerful. They know who they are. But it's easier to be this little kitten and be all like, yeah, but they're fucking tigers. All of you here, I can feel your energy. Right? You guys know who you are. But it's easier to do the little cat thing, a little mew, 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 when you're meant to roar. Okay? Got some smiles there. Okay. So I did the heavy lifting for you. I did the heavy lifting for you. I create a quiz that's going to help you identify the exact block and the exact identity you need to step into to have your breakthrough year this year. Okay? The exact block and the exact identity. I did the heavy lifting, no fucking guesswork. And you're gonna do a little 3-minute quiz while I drink this water and find out it's not working. Oh, okay, 1 second. Thanks, Ellie. Stand by. Drop it in the chat. Spamming the chat with the link should work. There you go. Okay, so you're gonna see this quiz here. What is the identity block to your next level? Take that little quiz, take a little 2-minute, 3-minute break. It's working. Oh, the link is in the chat, goes, yeah. The link is in the chat. Yeah, link is in the chat. Share my screen again. Thank you for that. Okay, so go ahead and fill out that quiz, and then you won't have any other questions. You'll be very clear about what those blocks are at a surface level, like what is the block, and then what is identity to step into. Okay? It's in the chat. It's working okay? It works. Okay. All right. I don't have any music, so just entertain yourself while everyone fills out the quiz. And I highly recommend you do it. I put a lot of energy into it. There's five main identities, okay, and five main blocks. Okay. Everyone done the quiz? It shouldn't take too long. You guys get your results? Or you still need more time? And if you can put your camera on, I'd love to see your faces. Don't be shy. You guys done the quiz? Thumbs up if you're done or not yet? Thumbs down? Need more time? Okay, take your time. Take your time. I'll shut up. And for the people watching the replay, I'll put the link in the replay email. Go, so you done? Okay, okay, Ellie done. Okay. A lot of these questions ring true. I'm the scattered entrepreneur. Done. Okay. Alon, what did you get? Patricia, what did you get? And again, I've been all the answers, okay? That's why I can talk to them so clearly. But please put in the chat which outcome you got. If you feel comfortable, it's a safe space. Like I do this for a living. You can't like there's nothing anyone tells me that could like surprise me anymore. I'm the scattered entrepreneur, okay? Let me know your results. Invisible entrepreneur. Over controlled entrepreneur. Do you guys feel like these resonate? Invisible entrepreneur, okay. Beautiful, okay. So when you get the response, it's going to tell you what block you are, the invisible entrepreneur, and it's also going to tell you what to step into. Okay, and give you a little bit of information about that. Okay. So these identities, if you're the invisible entrepreneur, if you're the scattered entrepreneur, that's who you're being on the universal surveillance camera. And that's why your results are the way they are. Right? Because you're a match to that identity. Just like the Anne Hathaway Princess Diaries picture. Yeah. So let's dive in even further. Okay. Danielle, are you done? Gozia, scattered entrepreneur. Okay. Awesome. Invisible, you already put that there. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Michelle, what did you get? Okay. Beautiful. All right. So I believe everyone here is entrepreneurial. And if you are entrepreneurial, being abundant, having money is a good thing. Okay. Like I said, when I was leaving that narcissistic relationship, I didn't have the money to leave him. Okay. I was broke. Okay. That's probably why I stayed so long. Okay. So this is not I'm better than you, I'm whatever. But I want to just really nail it in the coffin a little bit about what it's costing you. It's so interesting as what fears come up strongly are the exact thing you need to be doing. Yeah. Very interesting, right? It's very interesting that what you know, what you should be doing, but there's fears holding you back. And that's happening at a subconscious level. Okay. So let's break down the financial cost of the blocks and the current identity that you're operating from. What is it costing you? Okay. So let's say 1 hour of self-doubt or fear of being seen or self-sabotage or being scattered or imposter syndrome or almost being ready, doubting and waiting for the right time equals 100 USD. Okay. 1 hour of living as that identity that you're currently living in equals $100. Okay. And let's say you spend 3 hours minimum per day in that identity, in that block, 365 days a year. Okay. So that's 1,095 hours a year that you're spending in self-doubt, scattered, being almost ready, staying invisible. Okay. And let's round up that number to 1,100 hours for simplicity. 1,100 hours times $100 equals $1,100,000. 1,100,000, 100K minimum gone per year because you are stuck in that subconscious frame, dealing with that self-sabotage, almost getting ready, being invisible. Okay. As entrepreneurs, as women of ambition and vision, this needs to land very clearly what it's costing you. It's not only costing you progress, confidence, your purpose, your expansion, your reputation, it's costing you financially as well. Okay. No bueno. So these are the major ones that I see, right? Fear of being seen, fear of judgment, right? That's a safety one. We'll talk about that. Self-doubt and imposter syndrome, right? That's a self-worth one. Scarcity, self-worth, perfectionism, overthinking. That's related to fear of rejection as well. And safety, we'll talk about that shortly. Lack of clarity and direction. That's a fear of failure at the very end of it and a fear of loss. Okay. These are all happening subconsciously, right? So when people procrastinate, these are symptoms of a deeper subconscious thing, right? The fear of being seen is a deeper thing. You can fear being seen, but the truth is you fear not being loved for who you are, right? There's deeper subconscious things going on here. That's why it's easier to wear the backpack than to actually shift. Or you just don't know how to shift, which we'll talk about. Okay. So is awareness enough, ladies? Is awareness enough? How aware are we? We know our shit, right? We know what's, we probably even need to do that quiz, but like, is awareness enough? Is it enough to change our lives? Awareness is not enough. It's not enough. Okay. We're at the hour mark. I probably have 20 more minutes if you can hang tight, okay? Please hang tight. Like 20 more minutes. Okay. So watch what you do. Don't watch what you say. Aligned action. Yeah, aligned action is required. Absolutely. Watch what you do, not what you say. Your behavior reveals your identity. We do our identities. Remember, that was one of the first things I taught you. We do our identities, right? So you can want all the success, all the breakthroughs, all the progress this year, but if you don't shift at a subconscious level, at that identity level, it's gonna take so much longer. You're gonna stop and start. You will sabotage. You'll lose out on a minimum of 100K, right? Awareness isn't enough. Let's talk about my client, Victoria. Okay, Victoria is an astrologer, a spiritual coach, and a single mom out in Serbia. Okay, she was someone who was starting new Instagram pages, trying different platforms out. She kept stopping and starting. She knew she had powerful gifts. She already knew she was powerful, but she never felt like she would really make it in life. So she wouldn't really sell her offers. She didn't really fully believe in herself yet, full of passion, but also full of self-doubt and overthinking. And she felt alone in her journey until we met. Once we shifted her subconscious identity, once we did the rewiring work, the embodiment work, she started posting 100, she's posted 100 pieces of content. She's talking on camera with confidence. She released her visibility and sales and money blocks, and she literally does weekly Instagram lives every week to her audience. Same business idea, same gifts, same platform, different identity. Same vision, different identity. And I'm also a psychic channel, so I channeled her brand name when I work with my clients. Sometimes I get downloads for them and things they should do for their business. I titled her brand name Victoria the Alchemist, and that's how she goes by now. Okay. So it doesn't matter what platform you are. It doesn't matter how many videos you post. It is the identity behind the videos and the platform and the business that's really running the show. Okay. So your mind and your success. Let's talk about the associations part. Okay. So like I talked about briefly how I had a fear of success, right? And what is these fears of success, fear of judgment, fear of visibility? What is it really all about? Your subconscious mind, that 95% what's happening behind the scenes of the phone, right? It has what we call subconscious associations. Okay. So why wouldn't someone want more success or money? Take a guess in the chat. Why wouldn't someone want more success or money? Hmm. Why wouldn't we want more success or money? Take a stab at it. Fear, yes. Fear of what though, Maddie? Okay. They lose things, people from their old life. Spot on, right? You wouldn't fear you wouldn't fear of success? What do you mean, Elon? Sorry, explain. Fear of being judged? Yeah, absolutely. Fear of the unknown? Absolutely. Elon, feel free to unmute yourself if you want. More responsibilities? Yep. Yep. It's always, sorry, go ahead, Elon.
I was just gonna say, like, you would want to make more money and success, you know,
Consciously,
consciously. It's just
consciously.
a fear. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, we all want money. We want to, of course. I want to go here and there and buy the Birkin, of course, right? Word of jealousy. You guys are some smart women. The right women are in the room. Spot on, everyone. Spot on. So consciously, you want more money, you want more sex, you want more followers, you want more clients. But subconsciously, your subconscious association is success equals jealousy. Success equals more problems, more money. Success equals more stress and more responsibilities. Success equals the unknown. Success equals losing people, losing relationships, losing love and connection. Success equals being judged and rejected. So if that 95% of you is associating success with all this shit, what do you think is going to happen? You're not going to pull through. You're not going to execute. You're not going to sell. You're not going to shine. You're not going to be in your full power. You're not going to rebrand or take that risk that you've been thinking about with your business. Because the truth is, your subconscious mind already knows. If this woman steps into her power and light and does the damn thing, well, there's an association involved. There's a risk involved. And your subconscious mind is keeping you in homeostasis. It's better the devil you know and the identity you know than that unknown. Because if you get rejected, if you get people are now jealous of you, people are talking behind your back, that's traumatizing. So we can consciously want all these things, but we're worried of jealousy. And that was my biggest thing. I was like, I don't want evil eye. I don't want haters. I don't want this, that, right? Everyone has a different level or flavor of subconscious associations, but you have them. That's why you wear that identity backpack, the visibility, the almost ready. That's the deeper reason. Okay. So consciously, why wouldn't I want more money? Of course I want more money. But subconsciously, the primal, emotional, and irrational part of your brain is fearing the success. And guess where your reality is being created from? Your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is creating your reality and it's housing your identity. In order to shift your reality, we must shift the subconscious. Okay. So the truth is, what I learned along my line of work with hypnotherapy and all of this, basically what it is in layman's terms, your conscious mind is rowing to the left and your subconscious mind is rowing to the right. So it's doing this. You want to go forward and it's like, no, we're going this way. It's taking you away when you're trying to go forward. There's not subconscious and conscious alignment. They're scattered, they're split. Your subconscious mind is not on board with you shining more, earning more, being bigger. Even I had a lot of people in the workshop saying they're afraid of relationships because they don't want to get hurt because love equals pain in their subconscious. So they can go all the fucking dates they want, but their subconscious mind is like, I don't want that man close to me because he's gonna hurt me. This is how it's plaguing every area of your life. It's not just money, it's not just career. It's in everything. Your subconscious mind is not on board with what you want yet. And once it is, everything becomes easier. Okay. So I told you 20 more minutes. So let me just get to the point. So there's three major blocks. Any questions about that, about your subconscious associations? Is that landing for you guys? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So three major blocks keeping women stuck. These are the three major blocks that need to shift. Of course, you already know your block, whatever else, but this is more of like a spiritual and just girl to girl kind of advice here, okay? Three major blocks, okay? Block number one is what I call 3D addiction. 3D addiction, okay? A lot of women are too logical. They're stuck in analysis paralysis. They're overthinking. They're needing external validation before they move. The way success works is you need to know it in here and in here before your reality reflects that. A lot of people fold. You know what I mean by folding? They start and they fold on themselves. They collapse. They start real fast and then they collapse because they're waiting for the 3D reality to say, yeah, you're good enough. You're doing it right. They don't self-source. They don't self-validate. They're addicted to the external reality, the external saying, you're good enough. Someone unfollows them and they have a heyday. Someone doesn't buy from them. They're like, oh, that's not working. Right? They're addicted to 3D reality. Stop being a 3D addict. When I manifested my first $20,000 and $30,000 month, I had to completely shut out the external reality and only focus on my inner world and command and control my inner world and my emotions. Okay. This is what manifestation truly is. It's saying, I don't care what it looks like. This is what I'm deciding it's going to be. I teach people this. Okay. Tip number two, shift from I need more strategy to I actually need an elevated identity, confidence, and more capacity. And when I say capacity, I also mean at a nervous system level. When you find yourself knowing what to do, but still not doing it, that's because your body, which is your nervous system, isn't allowing you to move. It feels like there's actual resistance. You know you should just pick up your phone and tell them you're having a sale. You know you should just make the content, but there's not a capacity in your subconscious nervous system. Okay? And the thing is, we don't need more information. We need more integration and embodiment and subconscious work so we can live and operate differently. Okay. Three, subconscious safety. And this goes back to the subconscious associations. Women, safety is our biggest thing. If you don't feel safe to shine, to ask for the sale, to promote yourself, to be seen, to actually stop getting almost ready and get ready and do the damn thing, right? Because on the other side of that identity that you're currently holding is progress. But if your subconscious mind is associating success with not being safe, with not being loved, it's like pulling a horse that doesn't want to move. It's like tugging teeth or pulling teeth, right? That was my journey with personal development work for so long. I started reading books when I was fucking 16 years old, The Secret, all these books, and seeing a little bit of change, but not that massive breakthrough. And I became frustrated with myself. And years passed, and I was in this loop, the same block over and over again, the same reality, the same results. Okay. And I don't want that for you guys. So let's talk about my client Zai. Okay. Zai has 500K followers on social media. I only have 10, by the way. Right. So what is like, she's established. She's successful in a lot of ways. Okay. She's outwardly thriving, but she was feeling a lot of uncertainty within herself. She had the hunger, she had the thirst, but she was also burnt out because she didn't know how to shift her identity. The thing with Zai was she wanted to pivot her brand for the longest time. Her intuition was telling her she's showing up as a certain type of TikToker and influencer, but her true heart wanted her to show up as a self-love coach. And she really wanted to get a coaching business out of her and off the ground, right? But once we shifted her identity and rewired her subconscious programs and fears of failure and all these things, she launched her coaching business. She became more authentic and fearless. She launched her program. Now she's writing a book, and she actually even manifested even bigger brand deals because she shifted her identity, right? So same platform, same girl, new identity, new mindset, new embodiment. Okay. So how does identity shifting work? What is the process? If you want to shift your identity, how do we do it? Okay. So step one is identify your current identity. The quiz already told you that. So we're done step one. Okay. Step two is to get clear on the identity of your future self. The quiz told you the identity of your future self, but more than that, the vision of your future self. How does she operate? How does she show up in the world? What's true and normal and natural for her? How much money is she making? What becomes effortless for her? Getting super dialed in on who you're really becoming, setting a vision, making it plain. The version of you already living in her dream reality, what does she know that you currently don't know? That's a powerful question, actually. I want you guys to ask yourself that. I love this power question. The version of me in my dream reality, making the money, being seen, having the love, what does she know about herself that I currently do not know? Tap into her. Take 2 minutes to do it. What does she know to be true that I don't know right now? Okay. What does she know to be true that I don't know right now? You have access to future versions of yourself. She lives within you. You need to access her and unlock her at a subconscious level and step into her. And that's where step 3 comes in. Rewiring your subconscious mind to embody that future identity now. Okay. No worries, Nicole. Catch the replay. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Okay. Number 4, take aligned action from that new identity. Imagine going for your goals in business and life without the resistance, without the negative associations or the blocks in the way. How much fucking easier would it be? That's what happened for me. I don't have negative associations about success anymore. My subconscious is on board. I'm gonna be a millionaire. Like I don't I'm good. I don't care if people hate me or not hate me. I don't have the subconscious resistance to being seen or in my power and my light. I've released that. Okay. And then because you're being that new person on the surveillance camera, you're gonna watch your reality shift because you cannot override it, right? Thank you, medicine. Right? So once you start to shift and embody that new identity, everything's going to line up. Things are going to move faster. People are going to come to you for business. You're going to manifest differently because you're being differently. You're showing up differently. It's kind of like that Princess Diaries thing. You're going from the nerdy girl that can only create and have a certain reality to the magnetic, attractive girl, spiritually speaking, that can have a certain reality. Okay. And I am living proof. So how do we do step 3? I'd like to introduce to you what hypnotherapy is. Hypnotherapy is how we do steps 3, how we rewire the identity, shift the frame, and start to show up differently. Okay. So hypnotherapy is basically a way of imprinting new ways of thinking, uninstalling those unwanted apps, and installing wanted apps. Okay. And radically changing your life. Most of our habits, our beliefs, our thought patterns are contained in our subconscious mind under the surface, which is where hypnotherapy comes in. Hypnos is the Greek god of sleep, hypnos. Okay. When we sleep, obviously, we repair ourselves. So hypnotherapy is pretty much sleep therapy. Okay. But intentional sleep therapy. Okay. It's a form of relaxation. Meditation is relaxing the body and the mind, but meditation doesn't go into the subconscious. Meditation is more just about a clearing and being present and still, right? Hypnotherapy is going into that deeper part of us and either releasing something or putting something in. It's like planting seeds. We're either pulling out the weeds or planting new seeds with hypnotherapy. Is that clear? Okay. So hypnotherapy is not mind control. It's not brainwashing, dangerous, or unethical or scary. No one's ever gotten stuck in hypnotherapy, right? It's 100% safe, ethical, and endorsed by the Mayo Clinic and the Association of Psychology. Okay. It's a deep relaxation. There's no loss of consciousness. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Okay. I am not doing anything to you. I'm like a breathwork facilitator, if you will. I'm helping you relax your mind and body so deeply that you can access your subconscious mind, pull out the weeds, and then put in new seeds that will sprout abundance, confidence, and wealth. Okay. So, celebrities are using hypnotherapy. Adele used hypnotherapy to get over stage fright and perform better. Tiger Woods used hypnotherapy for self-belief. He rewired himself to believe in himself even more. He's a world-class golf player, if you didn't know, right? Bruce Willis used hypnotherapy to release his stuttering habit. He had a bad stutter. And David Beckham used hypnotherapy to get over his negative thinking, his negative thoughts about himself. Okay. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. Okay. Even deeper, one thing that people don't know because you're not taught this is the subconscious mind has 20 prime directives. What is a directive? A directive is a law. It's the way it functions, right? There's a few of them. It's keeping our nervous system and our digestive tract alive. It's storing all of our memories. But the one that matters the most, the one that changed the fucking game for me is this one directive. This is my secret that I know and a lot of people don't know, okay? One of the prime directives, the most important one to anyone that wants to change their reality, is to understand this. Once your subconscious mind accepts an idea, it begins to execute it automatically, bring it into reality without judgment, because it's an irrational mind. It doesn't matter if it's true or false, and it will shape your experiences and your destiny. So, what this means is once your subconscious mind accepts the idea that you are worthy, that you are aligned, that you are powerful, that you are confident, that you are wealthy, that you are good at sales, that you believe in yourself, that you are magnetic, that you are unstoppable. These are what I've programmed into my subconscious mind, by the way. Once it accepts it, that's it. Because it's accepted something already. P.S. It's already accepted something about you. That's why you're operating the way that you're operating. But once it accepts a new thing, a better app is installed. It will execute it automatically. You will start to conduct yourself in ways that are natural and normal. It's not forced. It's very like, this is who I am now, right? The way that I can describe the feeling of it when you start to rewire yourself, when I was a cigarette smoker, of course I can remember that identity, that version of me, but I don't resonate with her anymore. I don't conduct myself in alignment with her. That's what it feels like when you start to rewire your mind. You're going to be like, yeah, I used to feel shy. I used to feel unworthy and not ready and scattered, but that's not me anymore. I'm this way now. That's what it feels like, the process of it. You just kind of you behave differently. So you create differently. Okay. Even more, okay? These people are earning 10 to $100 million per year. This is my mentor, by the way, Jim Fortin. I never gatekeep who my mentors are, okay? I was watching a podcast with Catherine Zinkina. She owns the world's one of the largest manifestation businesses on the planet. And she's like, my mentor, Jim Fortin. And I'm like, who the fuck is Jim Fortin? I went over him to find out what he was doing, okay? He taught me a lot about what I know. They're earning 10 to $100 million per year. And they do not publicly display anything. They don't say on their resume that I'm a master hypnotherapist or on their Instagram bio. But I know because I'm in the inner circle that they are all master hypnotherapists. So why would these people that are earning hundreds of $1 million a year want to master their subconscious mind? This is what I want people to understand. I'm not playing fair in life because I know these secrets. I have an unfair advantage that you guys don't have. I'm rewiring my subconscious mind every day to get what I want, to create my reality. I'm not stressed about money. I know who I am. I'm confident. I'm abundant. I know I'm going to hit my goals because I'm wiring myself to do it. Same with these individuals on the screen. Danielle, totally resonate with this. And it's like the universe tests us and see how we respond differently when we previously did. Yeah. And if you respond the same way, then you get the same result, right? So I really want to nail the power of hypnotherapy. It is an elite secret, but it's not a secret to you anymore. You understand why you haven't shifted the frame and what it takes to do that. Okay. So frequently asked questions about hypnotherapy. Will hypnosis work for me? Yes, it will. You are going in and out of different brainwave states every day. Have you ever driven a car or walked somewhere or got somewhere and you didn't even know how you got there? You're just kind of like, oh, I just got here, right? Because you're going in and out of light trances all the time. How long to see results? It really depends on how ingrained the block is. For me, the confidence rewiring happened a lot faster than the money rewiring. Everyone has a different set of blocks that needs to sometimes be a bit more aggressively handled and some not. But you can see results in a matter of the first session, right? I have a hard time visualizing. When it comes to the subconscious mind, it's an emotional mind. So you don't have to visualize, let's say you wanted to visualize winning $1 million. You don't have to see $1 million in your bank account. You just have to imagine what would it feel like to feel that way? Would you be excited? Yeah, that's enough. Just that access to that emotion is enough to rewire your subconscious mind. I don't know what I want or what my block is. With hypnotherapy, you can actually discover what you want and get even more clarity and stop being scattered and almost ready. And you can also identify what's truly blocking you. Okay. I've already done mindset work before. A lot of people have. We started this call illuminating that you have done the work before. But if you're in the same reality, not hitting the targets, not hitting the results, not being seen, all the things, the subconscious story and association is still fucking in place. Okay. The subconscious identity hasn't shifted. That's why you've done all the work and nothing's happened. I was there too. Okay. So we've covered a lot today. We talked about why your identity hasn't dramatically changed. We talked about your stories and what it's literally costing you, 100K minimum a year. We talked about your identity backpacks. We talked about your subconscious associations. We talked about the truth that a lot of people just are afraid to be in their power and their light. Okay. We talked about my clients' results and how they had the same resume, the same platform, the same business idea, but a different identity created the different result and success they were looking for, and alignment and confidence. Okay. So this is just scratched the surface because at the end of the day, I'll be frank with you, you're still going to walk out of this class with the same frame. We haven't shifted that yet, right? This was kind of more information in the same frame. But if you want to actually see results, you can understand what's blocking you. You can be the most aware girl on the block. But awareness isn't enough. Okay? So, the old way, try to get more strategy. Force yourself to take action. Get new journals, put it in your calendar, watch yourself sabotage, burn out when it doesn't work out, right? Self-doubt some more. Or the new way. You shift your identity, you master your mindset and your stories first. You begin to embody the version of you who already has it, that version of you that you tapped into a few minutes ago. You take action from that energy without the subconscious resistance, without the internal blocks, without the fears and the associations, and watch what happens in your life because you have a new advantage and you're doing the real work, not the surface level shit. Okay? So, what's going to work more? The taking the pill or becoming healthy at an identity level? What do you think is going to work? The pill or the identity? The identity shift, right? A lot of things are just taking the pill, watching the episode, doing the journaling. Yeah, they all have their merit, right? But the real shift comes from the identity, who you believe you are at a core level, taking off those fucking backpacks and being everything that God destined you to be in this world without those backpacks dragging you down and costing you everything. Okay, someone said something in the chat. Embodiment identity. Yeah, yeah, yes, 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 yes. Okay. And like I said, you guys are aware, you guys are intelligent, you guys are beautiful, you guys are capable, you guys have businesses, but awareness isn't enough. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and take you on a quick little meditation. Okay. I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. Give me a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to imagine ending this year with more money and success beyond what you thought was possible, and finally hitting your income targets, seeing that growth in your business, that growth in yourself without the burnout, without the self-sabotage, without the self-doubt. I want you to imagine waking up feeling unstoppable, clear, no longer second guessing yourself or playing small. You show up confidently in life, in your businesses, in your careers, in your relationships. You manifest opportunities because of who you are. There are opportunities and clients and abundance with your name written on them, and you're matched to them finally, like you always knew you were. Imagine no more overthinking or feeling like you're too much or not enough. Instead, you're effortlessly attracting aligned opportunities. You make money doing what you love. Your bank account is overflowing. You can take care of your family. You can book a trip, go to the spa, buy the dress. Be really, really proud of yourself in every way. Imagine breaking free from the fear of rejection, the fear of no longer being liked, and you fully trust yourself. You take bold action. You follow through. You step into the version of you who owns her worth, her impact, and her success. And imagine looking back exactly 60 days from now, realizing that you are consciously creating and living the exact life and business you've dreamt of. You're in your purpose. You're in your power, your light, your wealth and abundance, and you love yourself and you trust yourself and you have unshakable faith. The holding back, the analysis paralysis, the scarcity, the doubt, and the fear, gone. Now tap into what becomes possible in your life, what becomes possible for your family and your legacy. Tap into the new timeline where you were in your power. You were crushing it unapologetically. All the dreams you wanted, bigger, better, grander than you ever thought possible. Now, when you're ready, open your eyes and slowly come back into the room. Amazing, amazing. Your destiny, your vision, your goals, they're not years away. They're shifts away. They're shifts away. Okay? So now I'm going to invite you into my world. You have two options from this point. You can figure it out alone, take what you learned today, try to apply it to yourself, read more books, listen to more podcasts, figure out how to rewire your subconscious mind and elevate your self-worth, or, and continue the trial and error process. Continue the trial and error, the whack-a-mole process, right? Or you can get expert help, okay? You can work with me, someone who's done this for 8 years and is a trusted guide to hundreds of entrepreneurs worldwide. I've helped hundreds of women overcome all of these identity blocks and take off the backpacks, all of it. I use proven tools, codes, and methods I swear by. I do not gatekeep a single fucking thing in my world. I tell you like it is because I wish someone told me like it is. You can fast track your transformation, create next level income, confidence, and power and consistency because you've unlocked subconscious success. You've unlocked that new identity. You've shifted your frame and stepped into your power and light. So if today resonated with you at all, if you know the current identity that's keeping you stuck and away from those bigger results, you can no longer operate from them. It's costing you too much. Your wealth, your progress, your confidence, your purpose, your community. Then I want to introduce you to something that can change everything for you. Okay? I want to introduce you to the Dream Academy. It's a transformational program for entrepreneurs, for ambitious spiritual people who are ready to rewire their mind and identity and unlock their confidence, wealth, and power in 10 weeks. This is my best-selling and best thing that I ever created on this planet program. It is a framework, it is a system that works. So the Dream Academy is a revolutionary hybrid group program. It's a group program and you get one-to-one coaching with me. That's why it's hybrid. It's designed exclusively for people like you, driven, ambitious, capable, and you're ready for more. Think of it as a growth accelerator. We're going to clear your box. We're going to release your limitations. We're going to hit your goals by programming you to be that kind of person without the resistance, without the overthinking, without those identity backpacks, without those subconscious associations. And you're going to manifest your dreams and wealth that you've always desired. This program answers the question, how do I become someone I've never been before, Gnarly? How do I become that version that I can see, but she feels out of reach? How do I create success on autopilot? How do I do the things that I know I'm meant to do without fear? This program solves that. It's based on my dream method. It's a 5-step method that I use every single day to create my life. I'm using it right now to create my results. D stands for declare. Declare what you're creating. R stands for reprogramming. The version of you in that new reality versus the version of you right now, we're going to collapse time. We're going to remove all the weeds and install the apps that will help you accelerate that process and bridge the gap faster. E stands for embodiment and energy. I'm going to teach you the tool of EFT tapping. I'm going to teach you the tool of hypnosis. A for aligned action. I have a process to help you take action quickly and not second guess. M is for manifestation and momentum. How to keep the results, how to keep perpetually succeeding and winning and loving yourself on the way there. Okay. So the Dream Academy is housed with tools. You get a set of tools. You learn the tools that I have. You get the unfair advantage. Okay. Timeline therapy. Timeline therapy is something that I will do to you. Timeline therapy is used to release any generational, sorry, generational, past life, or deeper subconscious wounds. Okay. Some of your blocks are also happening from past lives or deeper generational traumas that you cannot see. Timeline therapy is something that I will do to you. Okay. Hypnotherapy is something I will also do to you. You'll get private hypnotherapy sessions with me, but you'll also get the tool of hypnotherapy. I will teach you how to rewire your subconscious mind for life. And how, when you have this tool that I've been given, you will no longer need me. This is not a program where you're like, I'm going to need Darlene. You won't need me after this program. Okay. I give you every fucking thing. I don't hold back in anything. Okay. You're going to learn the tool of EFT tapping. EFT tapping is how to regulate your nervous system. Once you know how to regulate your nervous system, you'll never feel that anxiety again. It's going to release anxiety. It's going to release stress. It's going to release any attention you feel, right? It's a very powerful tool. And then you have Gnarly's gifts. I'm extremely psychic and intuitive. I can cut through all the bullshit and tell you exactly what's stopping you and get downloads for your business as well. And laser focus coaching and my expertise of 8 years. Okay. So timeline therapy I do to you, hypnotherapy I do to you, hypnotherapy and EFT tapping, you get those tools and all the mindset tools as well. Okay. So
You feel
I will, what's really different about the Dream Academy, a lot of coaches won't actually give you the tools and teach you step by step on how to rewire your mind and shift the identity. And once you learn this, that's it. Okay. This is my client Amy. She's on my Instagram page as well. She had a dog walking business. She was going to shut down the business, but since working with me and rewiring her mindset, she revamped the whole thing. She's literally manifesting speaking gigs now. She's unstoppable. She's so in her power, right? And she's not someone that was not trying things. She was trying things like all of you have, like all of my clients have. Okay. But once they got the proper tools, everything shifted. Okay. So inside the Dream Academy, it's housed inside school. This is what it looks like behind the behind the scenes. Okay. You have the EFT power portal, the hypnosis power portal. You'll have all the replays and you learn the methodology step by step. DREAM. You also get my dream ebook library. There's also a sales and business and social media mindset training. And these are some of the tools within, you get instant access and lifetime access to this and all the upgrades. Okay. Activate abundance hypnosis and procrastination hypnosis, the confident woman hypnosis and anxiety hypnosis, dream body now hypnosis. You want to get more fit. I have a hypnosis for that. The fame hypnosis, fear of being seen and heard. We release that. EFT tapping, regulating your nervous system for embracing being seen, activating your intuition, calling in money fast, releasing money blocks, stop caring what other people think. A lot of people really love the EFT tapping of the program. We got so many good results on that. Manifest clients instantly, release overwhelm. Okay, I thought of everything and I will constantly update the program. Okay, so how does the program work? It's 10 weeks long. We start February 2nd. Okay, in 12 days, you have 2 weeks to decide. Okay. There's 5 group calls, and in between those 5 group calls, there's 5 integration calls. So you learn the D, and then we integrate it. I'm not going to just spew information at you. That's what a lot of coaches do. I'm going to make sure you embody the wisdom. You understand it fully. Okay? So it's informational and embodiment. There's also a Telegram community that's open Monday to Thursday, and you have access to me to ask me questions, ask me a little mindset block, whatever's happening in your life, I'll direct you. You're not going to just meet me once a week. You'll have access to me on Telegram and chat. Okay? You get the EFT portal, the hypnosis portal. And depending on what package you choose, you absolutely get one hypnotherapy and timeline therapy session, no matter what package you choose. If you choose different packages, you get more. Okay. So I also have a fast action bonus for the first 5 people who join within the next 48 hours before Saturday morning. Okay. Before Saturday morning, you're going to get my Money Honey program, my wealth program. It's a 7 module course, instant access free. Okay. It's Dream Academy is so important to my life and to my work, but Money Honey, shifting how you see money and wealth, this program teaches all of it, how I became a 6-figure earner, all of that. Okay. For the first 5 people who join in the next 48 hours. Okay. It's $1,000 program. So you're getting 2 for the price of 1 for the first 5 people who join because I believe in generosity. And again, I'm not gatekeeping shit. I'm not going to be like, join the Dream Academy and then join money. No, join the Dream Academy and get it all. Okay. Dream Academy frequently asked questions. Time commitment. We meet 1 hour per week for 10 weeks. and you get lifetime access for everything with the replays. Okay. So you definitely have 1 hour a week to master your mindset and work on your identity. How long before I see shifts? By week number one, you will see a shift. Week number one is a very powerful week, and literally by week one, people are seeing shifts just from what I teach them. I've done programs before. I know. I fucking know you've done programs before, but not like this because those other programs didn't shift your identity. The story and the subconscious associations are still running. That's why you're here. Okay. I don't know what I want or what my block is. Again, by week one, which you do a lot of vision casting, and by week two, you'll release that block via your one-to-one call. So again, by week one and week two, you're already having these tools used and reprogrammed, and all your blocks reprogrammed. Okay. Is there support in between the calls? Yes. You get support in between the calls. You get the Telegram channel for accountability and support. So we meet on Mondays or Tuesdays, but then you have the rest of the week to talk to me as well. Okay. For 10 weeks. Imagine me on your mindset, on your identity, and on your ass for 10 weeks. Okay. All right. So what are some of the results people have gotten? Effortless growth in sales, massive personal breakthroughs. They've launched businesses, they've attracted soulmates, manifested dream apartments. My client Toronto manifested a Golden Globes invitation. Opportunities that are like that soul aligned opportunities. You know what I mean? A massive increase in confidence, confidently selling and promoting themselves and their businesses, okay? Because they don't have those associations or those fears and blocks, right? And they're ending cycles of low self-sabotage or self-sabotage and low income. Okay. So the breakdown, the value of the Dream Academy, 8 years of my experience, mastery level work, the Money Honey program in there for free, learning how to rewire your subconscious mind, have that breakthrough in every area, time and time again. There's over $12,000 worth of value in the program. Okay. But I am not going to charge you that much because I want more people to have access to this. It is my sole mission to make sure people can afford this and have access to it. Okay. So to start your transformation for the Dream Academy, it's only 277 USD today. Okay. So the payment plans that are possible, it's 277 over 6 monthly payments or 1,500 pay in full. If you pay in full or in half, you become VIP and you get more sessions. That's all that means. But I'm a payment plan girly. Okay. When I got certified, I put on a payment plan. I don't care if you put it on a payment plan. I would rather you get through the door, shift the shit that needs to be shifted, master your reality, and create your dream life. Okay. So over $12,000 worth of value, but it's 277 to start the Dream Academy and the journey with me February 2nd and join the Dream family. Okay. So, question, ladies. If all Dream Academy did for you was help you break free from imposter syndrome and self-doubt, would it be worth it? If that's all it did for you. If all it did for you was helping you to stop self-sabotaging and start being consistent and following through in your life and business, would it be worth it? If it helped you release your money blocks, Money Honey will do that and help you start believing in your worth and in your power. Would it be worth it for 277 today or before we start? If all it did was help you feel magnetic, confident, and unstoppable in your business and life, would it be worth it? And it absolutely will. You have my word on that. I don't teach bullshit. Okay. So I'm going to put it in the chat as well. You can book a free clarity call as well as check out the sales page. I know it might be late, you have other things on your mind. That's okay. I want you to book a clarity call to make sure I'm the right coach for you. And then check out the millions of testimonials on the sales page. Okay. You know the price. The clarity call is to just make sure that this program is your highest excitement and you're ready for it and you want to talk about your journey with me, right? And again, we kick off February 2nd. Once everyone's in the program, we'll align calendars and pick the right time. It's typically Mondays or Tuesdays. We'll figure it out. You have access to everything for life. You have access to me on your mindset. Okay. So this is your decision point. This is what I call a decision point. You either let your fears stop you from joining the Dream Academy, you let your reasons and your excuses stop you from joining the Dream Academy, you let your current circumstances stop you from joining the Dream Academy. And if you do, you will continue to loop in your reality. You're at a decision point right now. Okay? We either shift the frame or we remain the same. We shift the frame or we remain the same and we loop. and it's costing you everything. Okay. So decision point this moment, book a free call with me, clarity call, or decide again, the first 5 people to join today within the next 48 hours will get the Money Honey program free with the Dream Academy. So two for the price of one. Okay. So it's 277 USD, 6 monthly payments, easy monthly payments. Or if you pay 888 USD, pay in two, you get 2 sessions. If you pay in full, you get 3 sessions. Okay. Thanks, I won't have any time for anyone who wants to stay in touch. Okay, no problem, Rosia. No worries. I'll see you. Okay. So yeah, it's okay if you don't have the capacity. I understand, but I'm giving you the opportunity and the awareness now. Okay. I can't hear you what you're saying. But yeah, see you. Okay, so the program starts February 2nd. If anyone has any questions, thank you so much for joining the masterclass. I will put the links there again. You have the Dream Academy sales page and the free call to chat with me. Okay, and I encourage you, take the free call if you want to connect with me and talk about what you want this year to be. And I would be honored. It would be my honor to help you break through and create all of your dreams in 2026. It's my life mission. Okay, so you have the information in the chat. Any questions, any takeaways? What landed for you? Thanks, Charlie. Of course, Danielle, no worries. Gotta have unshakable faith. Yeah. So important. So important, right? And the identity work is everything. You're so welcome, Ellie. Of course. Of course. Of course. All right. Of course, lovely. I'd love to have you inside. Book a call if you want to. Okay. So I'm wishing all of you massive success and breakthroughs in 2026. You know where to find me. I'm going to create a reel now. I've been inspired by the training. Beautiful, beautiful. So much every time. It's amazing, Michelle. Amazing. Okay. So I'm wishing you massive success and breakthroughs in 2026. If you're looking for the right mentor to help you and the right program, the Dream Academy starts February 2nd. And do not underestimate those subconscious identity work and the subconscious associations. They're powerful. Okay. And if you don't know how to, you haven't released it yet, I will show you that guaranteed inside my program. All right. I love you all so much. The replay will be up. Let me know if you have any questions, and all the links will be in the email. Okay, guys, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining. Cheers. Thank you.